Have you ever met someone who seems completely unfazed by everything? Good news, bad news, it doesn't matter, their expression barely changes. People don't just wake up one day and decide to be emotionless. It's a slow, quiet process, almost like a dimmer switch, gradually turning down the lights on their feelings. This isn't about being cold or heartless. It's a deep, often unconscious, form of self-protection. One of the biggest reasons this happens is emotional burnout. Imagine your mind is like a smartphone battery. Every stressful event, every conflict, every sleepless night drains its power. When the battery gets critically low, the phone goes into power-saving mode, shutting down non-essential functions. The brain does the same thing. To conserve mental energy, it shuts down the highs and lows of emotion, leaving a state of numbness. This isn't a choice. It's the brain's survival mechanism kicking in, saying, "I can't handle any more, so I'm shutting down for a while." Past trauma also leaves invisible scars that can lead to this state. For some, growing up in a home where showing emotion was seen as a weakness, or was even punished, teaches them a powerful lesson. Feelings are dangerous. For others, a deep betrayal, a profound loss, or a devastating heartbreak can be so painful that the mind decides it's safer not to feel at all. It learns to build walls, thinking, "If I don't let anything in, I can't get hurt again." The emotional shutdown becomes a shield. Overthinking is another major contributor. People who seem emotionless are often trapped in their own heads. Instead of feeling an emotion and reacting, their brain goes into overdrive, analyzing every detail, every possible outcome, every social cue. By the time they're done thinking, the raw, natural emotion has been filtered, dissected, and neutralized. They think more than they feel, creating an invisible distance between themselves and their own heart. This isn't a lack of feeling. It's an excess of analysis that blocks the feeling from ever coming to the surface. Interestingly, our society sometimes rewards this cold efficiency. In many high-pressure jobs or even certain family dynamics, being logical and unemotional is praised. People are taught to suppress their feelings to appear strong, capable, and professional. They put on a mask to fit in or to succeed. But if you wear a mask for long enough, it can start to feel like your own face. The act of suppressing emotions becomes a habit, and eventually, the connection to those feelings can fade. So, how can you tell if someone is struggling with this? They might have flat reactions to big news, whether it's good or bad. They might prefer being alone because social interactions drain their limited emotional energy. You'll rarely see them burst with excitement or break down in tears. They find comfort in routine and predictability, and they often become visibly uncomfortable or withdrawn during emotional conversations. But here's the most important thing to understand. They are not heartless. Behind that blank expression, there is often a storm of feelings they don't have the energy or the sense of safety to express. They aren't cold. They're exhausted. And deep down, many of them desperately miss the person they used to be. They want to feel joy, connection, and excitement again. They want to be able to cry and laugh freely. But the thought of lowering their guard and letting those feelings back in feels terrifying. Like reopening a wound that has just started to scar over. The good news is that healing is possible. Emotions that have been frozen can be thawed, but it takes time, patience, and a safe environment. It starts with understanding why the numbness began in the first place. Therapy, reconnecting with trusted friends, and slowly reintroducing small joys into their life can help rebuild those emotional pathways. The journey back to feeling is a slow one, but it begins with compassion both from others and for themselves. If this resonates with you or someone you know, remember that help is available, and you don't have to go through it alone. Thank you for watching.